Welcome one, welcome all to my podcast focusing on your favourite sports and your favourite athletes on their Olympic journey. This is the road to Tokyo. This is 2020 Vision. Hello and welcome to episode 6 of 2020 Vision. So, a talented skipper and a Taylor Swift fan on a podcast sounds like a start to a bad joke, but in fact it's exactly what we have today. Let's start with the Taylor Swift fan. I originally contacted Izzy Thornton-Bott on Facebook. Izzy went by a different name though, which led to total confusion and an all-round awesome chat. Yes, this is a podcast dedicated to sport fans, but as a fan myself, I believe it is okay to mention Taylor Swift. Izzy with her friend used a name generator that coincided with the release of a new song, which then branded Izzy with the nickname Dauntless Fury. She is an up-and-coming representative of the Australian Olympic team in the 800 and 1500. I hope you enjoy my chat with Izzy Dauntless Fury. Izzy, please do tell us how you started as an athlete.
I've just always ran. That's the thing. I did my first cross-country race back in the UK when I was about 5, in the under-9s division, because my mum just was pretty keen to get me in running since I'd shown such a passion for it prior to that. I've just always done it. So started off with cross country, went through the athletic systems to keep fit for cross country every year, and went through school systems. I've moved countries a couple of times, so keeping on top of it during moves was a bit difficult at times, but I've always done it, and I've only really had a solid journey since moving permanently to Australia, which happened back in 2014. So. And
do you have a pet event on the track, or you just like to run?
I'm torn between 800 and 1500 constantly. I really like the 1500 at the moment, but I do also enjoy a good 800. I'm always down to try new ones. So I've tried a couple of 3Ks, and one day I'd like to have a go at maybe a steeple or a 5K. But for now, I'm very happy with 8s and 15s.
So no marathon in your future then?
I wouldn't say that, but it definitely isn't in like the 10-year plan, I guess. Or the 10-year list of goals.
And what is that 10-year list of goals?
Fairly ambitious. I'm in no hurry to, but I do want to make Australian teams, and I do want to go to the Olympics one day and the World University Games. I'm pretty keen to just get wherever running can take me, especially in the 800 and 1500 distances. But after that, after higher performing sport, I still want to stick around running. And I've done some work in the past with the Run Nation Film Festival with Travelling Fit, and they've got a really awesome marathon tour, shall we say. And I know that I'd be keen to do that one day if it's still around in, a decade or so's time.
And what are you looking at doing in the up and coming weeks or months to help progress yourself towards that Olympic goal?
Well, the most immediate, the next thing on my agenda is the road relays up in Arumba, which is a 4x4K for my club, and really, otherwise, it's just setting a really good winter base ahead of next season. Getting fit, getting healthy, keeping on top of everything, and not getting complacent with my body and how my training's going. And there is a bit of a spanner in the works later on this year, because I'll be going on exchange, but I'll be training while I'm away on exchange, obviously. And it's just getting the work done and doing the simple stuff well. So
no matter what goal you have, you can always achieve it wherever you go, I say. So if you are heading over, like I do radio myself, I'm going to Europe at the end of the year. I'll be going to radio stations there and doing that sort of stuff. So it's good to hear that you're actually still going to continue wherever you go.
Yeah, I've already been in contact with the head coach before I got the offer of admission, just checking that I could train with them while I was away.
That's
She's pretty keen to have me on board, so that was a big relief.
that's awesome. So, what have you achieved so far whilst being in Australia, nationally or state wise?
On a nationals platform in 2017, I got bronze at nationals in the under 20s 800 and 1500. And then I haven't in open nationals. I've had a rough last 2 years when it came to that, just with injury and just general set of circumstance that didn't play into my hands. But on a state level this year, I actually managed to snag the silver medal in the open women's 1500, which was pretty special. So from an athletics point of view, junior levels, I got, I think, under 20s gold medalist for 1500 in 2017, and then a silver in the 800 the same year. So 2017 was a good year of juniors for me. But,
it sounds like the only way is up then.
Sorry?
It sounds like the only way is up then.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, it's really just chipping away at it and getting on with the next goal and getting on with the next thing. So.
And you've said that you are currently doing university, am I correct?
Yes.
Yeah, what are you studying?
So I'm at UTS and I study the Bachelor of Technology and Innovation.
Okay, so would you mind relating what you do in that course there back to athletics? How do you find yourself when you're going into an exam sort of situation and when you're going into a race situation? Is there any similarities that you think of?
Well, funny you should ask me that. This course doesn't have any exams. It's great, but what it does have is a lot of industry relevant presentations, expos. You have to do a lot of work within industry and industry partners, so there isn't really a chance for you to mess it up, because it's not like an exam where if you go in and you fail, it's not the worst thing that's going to happen is it's on your academic transcript. These are people that you're hoping to establish good connections with for a good future in the workforce. So from an athletics point of view, I guess it's, I always just apply a bit of level-headedness to it and just take a deep breath and, work through whatever the situation is and just manage the networking best that I can. And, I don't really have to think about it too much. Just I like to make sure that I've got a level head going into it, and that's the same with my racing. So, there's usually a plan, and if it doesn't quite happen, then I'll adapt. But otherwise, yeah, that's me.
I like it. So, would you offer what would you offer in regards to advice for people that are starting to take up running or athletics in general?
Just find what you enjoy about it, and if you're a social person, find someone to do it with. I know that there are some people who like to just run and train on their own, and one of the girls on my squad who's a phenomenal athlete. She just likes to run by herself, and it's just one of the things about her. But there'll be others who would much rather run in a group. So I guess just find what works for you and find what you enjoy the most about running and what you want out of it, and just work away from that.
I love it. Thank you very much for joining me for a chat. I wish you the best of luck in your future, and hopefully we see you on the Olympic stage with a medal around your neck.
Yeah, thanks, Jordan. I really appreciate that.
That's all right. Make sure you give me that first interview when you get up there, though.
All right, sure thing.
We'll chat to you later. Thanks.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye. There we have my chat with Izzy Thornton-Bott. Now for the skipping enthusiast. We all have interests in life that can lead us down many paths, and this path was one of the best stories I have ever heard. Here is my chat with the Australian representative, Bec Bennett. Can you tell the people what events you do on the athletic field?
So I run the 400 sprint.
Beautiful. And so when did you get started as an athlete?
An athlete in running or just in sport in general?
Yeah, sport in general. Because I started personally myself in little athletics. I'm guessing that's where you may have started. Beautiful. So who got you into that?
Yeah, sorry?
Who got you into the running then? Because it's something that you pick up. Well,
It's a pretty funny story how I kind of ended up here. So believe it or not, so I did soccer for about 13 years. That was my main sport. And it got to the point where I kind of had to choose whether I wanted to take soccer to like a national level or another sport I was doing, which is known as skipping. So skipping is a legitimate sport, believe it or not, but it's just not as widely recognised. And for some reason, I was like, no, I think I want to keep going with skipping rather than soccer. And so I kept up skipping for several years, went to the Junior Olympics twice, over in Hong Kong and America. And then that was when I was in year 8 and then year 10. And then we actually came fourth, my team came fourth in the world champs in my last skipping comp, which is awesome. And then, yeah, when I was in year 12, I competed in nationals again. And our team was lucky enough to qualify for the next Junior Olympics in Sweden, because we kind of came, I think, second overall in nationals. But skipping obviously is quite a difficult sport to kind of prove the legitimacy of, and unfortunately the comp clashed with my HSC trials. So me going into that national comp, I'd kind of already told my team that I think I'm going to stop skipping after this comp. It'll be my last one, regardless of how we go and whether or not we qualify. I'm going to stop and just concentrate on my HSC and try and pump out, a good set of exams. And that's what happened. Unfortunately, obviously it was awesome that we qualified. My team went on and got a replacement, which was fine, worked out well. But yeah, so I was like, no, I'm going to focus on HSC, stop skipping. And then I'd always kind of been doing running just for fun at school. And then around about the time I stopped skipping, about a week later, I was just running at like a school kind of Friday night carnival leading up to like zone or whatever you call it. And my current coach now was there. And yeah, long story short, he saw me run and then asked to kind of see me again. I ran for him and he was like, hey, do you want to come run in my squad? And that me being someone who finds it very hard not to be doing sport regularly, I have a ridiculous amount of energy, was like, yeah, sure. So went from serious skipping to saying, no, I want to stop and focus on my HSC, to 2 weeks later then getting into very serious running. So kind of didn't go to plan as far as just stopping serious sport and focusing on the HSC. But yeah, then ended up started running with Mike, and I've been with him for the last 3 years.
So what you're saying is if we want to achieve anything in life, we're just going to take up skipping and then that'll lead us down the right track.
Oh, 100%. Well, that's the thing, when everything kind of, because Mike saw me run the 4, like I've never run another race before. He saw me run the 4 and was like, she's got some sort of decent talent in there. And to the extent that he obviously was like, yeah, she seems good enough that I think I'd like to coach her. He actually said, do you know a guy by the name of Dan Paff?
Name does not ring a bell, sorry. No.
So he's one of the top athletics coaches pretty much in the world.
Okay.
He coaches over in a place called Altus in America, in Phoenix. And yeah, pretty much Mike sent a video of me off to Dan because they're friends, and Dan sent back and was like, she's a diamond in the rough. And Mike was like, all right, she can join the squad. And pretty much I think because I had quite a lot of fitness from skipping, because skipping is fantastic cardio, all that kind of thing. I had a lot of fitness from that. And then it was just kind of, getting that technique right. And then over that season, pretty much my PB just kept whittling down. And then, I'm here today. So there you go. Probably not the story you're expecting. But
No.
That's my little...
That's what I'm all about here, is chatting to people and hearing their stories, because I'm pretty sure there's people out there that wouldn't know that when they see you run. Now, I watched you run the 4x400 in Tokyo just recently. Do you mind telling us about that?
Yeah, sure. So yeah, exactly. There's a reason why my nickname's Skippy. We ran the 4x4 in Japan, which was amazing. Unfortunately, I didn't run as well as I would have liked, but it was my first kind of international comp, and I think the stress and everything kind of hit me in a way that I wasn't really expecting, and the nerves hit me in a way that I wasn't expecting. But it was an absolutely incredible experience. Like, being able to run in the green and gold is a pretty surreal situation. and I was in a team with a guy by the name of Ian Halpin, who I actually trained with, and it was just kind of a coincidence that we ended up in the mixed team together, but it definitely kind of gave it that other kind of special aspect to it. It was very, very cool. He actually handed the baton over to me, so it was good fun having someone that I knew so well in the team. But we also had a guy by the name of Luke Stevens and Angie Blackburn, and yeah, we had a fantastic time. Our team worked really well together. We had 3 of us that were newbies to the international stage, so obviously that kind of played a part. But as far as what I kind of got out of the comp, I think I learned some absolutely invaluable lessons. So leading up to pretty much when I ran, I was feeling fantastic, but once the baton was handed to me, my kind of brain just went blank, and it wasn't until probably the home straight that I kind of tuned into my own thoughts, and by then it's already a little bit too late. So I definitely learnt the importance of, sticking to your race model and, sticking to that to the T, because that's what you always practice and that's what works. And yeah, so, but either way, it was still, I probably ran, I think, my 3rd best time of all time, which is still pretty good. But leading up to that, I'd got a PB at the Nationals by nearly a whole second. So it was, it all happened very, very quickly. I'll give you that a month before the team was chosen for Japan, I did not at all think that I was on the cards. But yeah, it happened.
That's amazing because I watched that race live, and just to hear your sort of point of view, I saw nothing wrong. I thought you ran amazing, but
thank you very much.
No, that's okay. That's cool to hear. So I do want to ask, because I normally ask the questions, what sort of people you look up to in the sport that you chose, but having the fact that you haven't actually been involved in athletics for that very long, who do you look up to in the world of sport?
Well, I think as far as in the world of sport, if I'm doing 400, it's almost a done deal that you'd look up to someone like Kathy Freeman.
Oh yeah, definitely.
She's such an insane woman, and I've actually talked with her coach quite a bit, because as I mentioned before, my coach Mike pretty much knows absolutely anyone on the running circuit. And I was lucky enough to he introduced me to Kathy's coach, and we had a bit of a chat. I think it was at Nationals, and yeah, it was a very kind of special experience talking to the coach of a woman that I've looked up to even before I was in the sport. Like, hearing about what she did is just incredible.
Yeah, definitely an icon for not only the Aboriginal culture, but for women in general in sport. And I reckon she's one of the reasons that we have AFL Women's today and all that sort of thing, because she kind of shown the light. And it's good to see that you're stepping up in the sport that, again, you haven't been in for very long. So you're heading to Tokyo, I hope? Is that the goal?
Well, as far as, the goal, obviously the team's not announced for several it's still another year or so.
No, that's understandable.
But as far as the short-term goal at the moment is so I was lucky enough to qualify for World Uni Games, because I'm at university at the moment, which is over in Italy. But me and my coach decided that it would be best if we said no to that from a mixture of various different reasons, both like financial and me just having the best kind of stance to recover from a small injury that I had. But at the same time, we thought that if I didn't go to Italy, it would put me in the best stead to properly prepare and do the whole general prep cycle and everything leading up to Japan. So that's definitely the next thing that's on the cards.
That's all right, and I understand the team isn't quite there yet, but I was asking in regards to the time that you are hoping to get. Are you PB-wise, are you heading towards that qualification time?
Well, the thing is, my PB leading into the Nationals was mid 54s.
Yep.
And then at Nationals, I got mid 53s. So it's one of those things that it can happen very quickly, change very, very quickly. So I'm, obviously not 100% sure kind of what exactly I'm aiming for, but the big thing is I'm just going to try my best, and we'll see where we can get. But ultimately, if the goal's to try and get to Tokyo, I guess the goal is to try and get into that qualifying standards, but we'll see. Who knows?
That's okay. Well, I'll leave you with one question. What advice would you give to a younger athlete, woman or man, going into this sort of like into athletics, into any sort of sport or anything in life, you're talking about you going to university. What would you say for words of advice to anyone?
Well, probably a mixture of just give it a whack. Like, if you've got to go, then you may as well kind of give things a try. Like, I definitely had no idea that, I was going to be doing something like running, but I decided to give it a go, and look where I ended up. Like, pretty insane that this girl who was just doing skipping for all sports, the next 2 weeks later, and then you end up running for Australia in a different sport. So definitely, if there's an opportunity and you've got the means to pursue it, give it a go. But at the same time, I'd also say don't put all your eggs in one basket. So obviously, as you said, I'm studying at uni, studying to be a physiotherapist, and I think I'd probably go crazy if I just kind of put my entire life into running. Mm-hmm. So having different kind of facets in your life is really important, personally. I mean, I know obviously lots of people do, but for me, I've got to kind of keep a few doors open.
Well, thank you very much for joining me, and I wish you the best of luck for the up-and-coming year. Hopefully we see you running around Tokyo.
No, thank you very much, Jordan.
I hope you enjoyed my amazing chat with Bec Bennett, and I wish both girls, Izzy Thornton-Bott and Bec Bennett, the best of luck in their futures. Thank you very much for listening to episode 6 of 2020 Vision, #GirlPower. Tune in next week. Who knows who we're going to get. Thank you for listening to another episode of 2020 Vision. If you want to find us elsewhere, go to Podbean, YouTube, or Spotify and type in 2020 Vision. You can also find us on Facebook. Thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you again next week.